Welcome to the Originofenergy Starter Program. Now this program only requires that you have a towel, a door that closes towards you, a tea towel to anchor the towel, and a chair, and a second towel would be good too. It's very simple, very minimal, and this is a great way to start out if you haven't got any equipment at home and you're just keen to get into this and you want to get going right now, then there's no excuses. You're going to have a chair at home, and I'm sure you've got a towel and a tea towel and a door that closes, so that's all you need. Now this will develop the basic tissue tolerance to progress further, and it's a similar structure to how the programs work, just using less equipment. But in saying that, if you did this program well, you can get amazing results. But if you do have more equipment, then you're better off going to the other programs that use the rings, dumbbells, if you have those, barbells, bands, if you have those other tools. But if you don't have any of those and you're keen to get started, don't waste time, don't make excuses, just get into it. The best time to start is right now. So we're going to start off with some basic mobility. Now with the massage ball, the foam roller, and a mobility routine, you can get into those straight away. Now, but if you're really keen to get started, just get into this, get it going, and it's going to help. But those are more comprehensive, but maybe you don't have a massage ball yet, maybe you don't have a foam roller, and maybe you don't have the time to go through all the intricate movements that are in the mobility session just yet, and you just want to get going. So this is cool. If you're keen, I'm keen. And also too, if you don't have enough time, this is a great way to just get something done, or if you're on holiday. So the first movement and stretch is the dead hang squat stretch. So you're going to have that towel anchored to the top. Make sure it's nice and secure. Make sure that you are not going to pull it off. You've got to have the door closing towards you. If it doesn't close towards you, you're going to pull the door out and then it'll pop out. But if it's closing towards you, there's no way that thing's going to come out. Now, and make sure those knots are nice and tight on the tea towel. So here I'm just tractioning out my lower back, stretching, preparing my grip for heavier training, warming that up, rocking side to side, stretching out my ankles so I can come a bit further back, moving the knees over the toes, stretch those ankles out, stretch the hips out. So it's best off to use a timer for this, so that way it just keeps you moving. So you just get an interval timer, just set it for, these ones I like at least 30 seconds, but you could go longer, you could go for a full minute. Next one's a lat hamstring. So you're just hinging forward in the hip, stretching those lats out, locking the elbows, dropping the chest down, hinging in the hip. If you're not that flexible in the hamstrings, you can come up as far as you need to, just to keep it in the hip. You want to hinge. You can bend the elbows as well to get it a bit deeper, and this will help with that overhead position for handstands. Big breath in, breathe out, stretch. The next one is a back lever stretch. Now you may not be flexible enough to grab it like this, so you can use that chair to get it and then step back down. You do not want to force it, you don't need to rush it, you're just opening up that chest, working side to side. Now depending on the length of the towel, you might be able to do that dislocate action with it. Ideally you've got a longer towel, works a lot better. Just use the breath and breathe out, relax. Next one's just a quad stretch. So this is where you want to have a second towel and to have that in the corner. Now I want to get my knee in as close as I can. This is going to help prepare you for a full range of motion lunges and prep that quad tendon. And you want to think of all your stretches not just as a stretch, they're actually strengthening and conditioning the tissues. So you have a timer on, you can do 30 seconds of the leg and build all these stretches up to a minute each. Would be good if you have the time, if not keep them at 30 seconds. So the idea with this one is getting those shoulders right back, tucking the butt under, getting the head on the wall, trying to get the shoulder blades on the wall. It's quite strong. If you are super tight, don't force it. You've got to be careful coming in there. You can cramp in the hamstring, so you want to angle yourself in, bring that foot forward, come up slowly. And each of these I want you to submit a video of you doing it. Only needs to be very short, just 10 seconds, just for each of these positions. And your setup, so how you're getting into it. That way you can be coached on improving it. And these ones are best filmed from the side, so that way we can see the position that you've got, and your starting point and what you're working on and what you're going to get to. Now if it's too strong in the foot there, by bringing it back, you just bring the bottom knee out further so you don't have to point that toe and you're not going to get that pressure on the top of the foot. So just take your time with that. Now the next part of it is just a warm-up program, nice and light. So you're coming back to the pool. We're just going to do 30 seconds of light pulls. So it's not heavy, legs are straight, and just getting 30 seconds worth of work there. These ones you don't need to film because they're only light. Don't need to see these, it's just get blood flow in there. Then just a push up on the knees. And it's important, same with the pool, that you're stretching and strengthening. So in that the towel pull, you're going to stretch out at both ends. Here you want to stretch your chest out, push right up. Now if this is even heavy for you doing it on the knees like this, then you can go to a kitchen bench or do it something where you can make this nice and light. The whole purpose of this is light, it shouldn't be too hard. Then you're going to go into some squats, just body weight, pushing the knees forward, getting some blood flow in there, hitting 30 seconds worth of those. That's the next part of the program, that's the warm-up done.